Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. This is Walking Dead Planet. Just had a lot of things going on tonight because most of you know Denise and I both have other groups, which is we're part of survival groups. And we also have, the Planet BOB on here. There's been a lot of developments today. So, like banning flights from Europe. And then, of course, you heard about Tom Hanks and his wife getting the coronavirus. And we wish them the best. Hope they get well soon. This episode of Walking Dead Planet, I'm going solo because Denise is actually sick. So, let's hope that she's not getting anything. That would just be horrible. So, keep her in your thoughts. Tonight we're going to be talking about season 10, episode 10, and season 10, episode 11, which is Stalker and Morningstar. Stalker, we're going to start with that one, of course. You all know me. A lot of things annoy me, of course, and I'm sure I annoy you all with being annoyed with things, but I have to say this whole tunnel across down to the grave, when did they have time for this? Do you know what I mean? I mean, supposedly this is just like a, like boom, 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 things happen, so it was cool, don't get me wrong, the hand coming out is not what I thought it was going to be something else. And it turned out to be Beta coming into Alexandria because he had to come get Gamma. Hyphen Mary. And his whole purpose was to go there and, take out as many people as he could while he waited to get to Gamma while she was in the jail cell. And I thought it was quite funny. And of course we lost Laura, the chick with the tattoo on her neck. I thought it was wild when he went into the cell. And it's like, Gamma to me seemed like she was trying to talk to Beta. Like almost as a human. So that makes me think it's just from past experiences that she's had with him, like, do I mean nothing to you type, when she asked him. And in the cell, when she was like, she lied, these people aren't what they seem, whatever. And all I could say is she is your alpha. And for some reason, I think that at some point those two had some kind of something going on. And I don't think it was just sex. Do you know what I mean? I think at some point he kind of broke down to her, or may have, I don't know. And then another part of me thinks that he may have been the father of her sister's baby. So, I think that's all pretty interesting. I think that's why Alpha made her leave the baby. Because it was actually Beta's baby. So, I don't know. What do you all think about that? About the things with that? Another thing with this episode I thought was awesome, I'm sorry, it was the bomb, is when Judith shot him through the door. She is a little badass. I mean, she is she is awesome. I would say chip off the old block. I mean, environmentally, yes, but, biologically, she's actually Shane's baby, and Shane was crazy, so, so most definitely. She got it environmentally, she got it biologically, she got the whole, and then you got Michonne raising her most of her life, so it's like, she had Aunt Carol hanging around her when she was a baby, she had a badass brother, her dad was crazy, the good man who raised her, Rick, so, it's like, so of course she's just gonna be brave, I'm taking you out. She was gonna protect her brother and Gamma at all costs, and she did. And then, as the episode progressed, of course, you see, them rushing him in the woods when she's got Gamma. Aaron did, and basically saved her from him. So, I thought that was a very, very interesting aspect of it, because he just ran. Like, he could have stabbed her. He could have, just stabbed her and ran away, but he didn't. He chose just to run. So I don't know if he saved her because he has feelings for her, or if he saved her because he's still following orders. Like, the alpha wanted him to bring her back alive. So was he following orders, or was it something else? And of course, also in that episode, you have the whole Alpha Daryl fight, which was phenomenal. A lot of people didn't like that scene, but I thought it was great. She's sitting there talking to him, and, he's got this knife in his leg where she stabbed him because they got into this big old fight, and she was okay. She was talking all calm until he said, "You don't love your daughter, you didn't care about her, you turned your back or whatever." I really think she was just getting ready to go crazy on him. Just absolutely crazy. So, but then of course, the walkers come, Daryl kills them, they're both kind of passed out, and then here comes Lydia. And Lydia chose not to kill her mother. Instead, she writes on the table, "Your way is not the only way," which is kind of what she told Carol, too. So, when, she said, "I'm on my side." So it's kind of, what she said. It's like there is another way. And I kind of think that got a little political, because it kind of goes alongside with what's going on now. Like there isn't one way or the other. I just thought they kind of threw that in there. I did, though. I found it funny, too, at the end when, like, they were telling people that they couldn't go within the hilltop, but, "Oh, no, it's too scary, you can't come," but then all of a sudden they got all these kids in the car, or the buggy, whatever it was, It's like, maybe you shouldn't come because it might be a little dangerous, but then here we are with, you've got Judith and RJ, all these kids in the little buggy going to Hilltop, which I don't know if they knew it was damaged or not, I can't remember. But I just thought that was wild. There was a really important scene to me in this show that I just loved. Judith, again, how she used to have her talks with Negan, She's sitting there talking with Mary. She got more information out of Mary just sitting on that little stoop, talking to her than they ever would have just by beating the hell out of her, So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was a really important scene because that's how it's always been, Sorry, I'm getting more things here. They said the NBA just suspended the entire season because of Corona, so there's something else. The Corona may not be the zombie apocalypse, but it's creating zombies. We all got our freaking phones in our hands waiting for the next thing, me included. But anyways, back to the show. So, at the end of that, you see Alpha and she's chanting the whole whisperer deal, and I thought that was interesting. I thought that was very interesting that in the end she's still chanting the whole whisperer thing, about we are here, we are dead, whatever, whatever it was, it's something along that line, but I thought it was very, very interesting that, after all that, she's still chanting that after her daughter just basically abandoned her again. She's still going with this whole whisperer thing. So, I liked that episode, don't get me wrong, but I just kind of think it was a little bit of a filler. If that makes sense, it's kind of like off the beaten path kind of thing. 'Cause we're all waiting for the Whisperer War. Let's face it. We are all, I am anyways. I am all in with the Whisperer War. So, if you're a fan of the comics, you know why. But in the comics now, Negan takes Alpha's head. So I'm wondering if that's still going to happen or if he's going to take Beta. And that's why Alpha's going to freak the hell out. Because, you've seen in the promo, she's like screaming and just like big old tears coming out of her face. So I'm wondering if that's going to happen. Somebody, this is in the underground, like I said. So this is spoiler, may or may not be a spoiler. I doubt it. But somebody told me that Carol is going to kill Lydia in front of Alpha. I don't see that happening. I don't, but you never know. Yeah, because the rumor is that Lydia's going to get bit and then Carol's going to have to shoot her. And Alpha's going to see this. She's going to make sure Alpha sees it. So, I don't know if that's like the revenge for, for killing her kid or not. I don't know, Henry. So the next episode, Morning Star, there was definitely a cool conversation between Carol and Lydia. I thought it was just hilarious, when she's like, Lydia's like, I don't even be thinking about you, so, alright, let's get to Morning Star, because it, to me, is more of a prevalent episode as far as going towards the Whisperer War. You basically have everybody in Hilltop now, and Carol finally, God, was killing me to not see Carol and the king, or Carol not knowing about the king. Do you know what I mean? King Ezekiel with his cancer. I'm sitting here tapping myself like you guys can all see me. Can you see me tapping my neck? She finally sees it, and of course, she still loves the guy. She has to. And they end up doing it because, I don't know, I guess I think they're dying or whatever. So they finally end up sleeping together. And there was an interesting thing on the bed where he did like a Christ pose. So I'm wondering if he's not going to sacrifice himself. Do you know what I mean? Like if that wasn't a precursor to that. That's just an observation. I don't know, of course. Carol, he asked her, like, where did you lose your sense of humor? And she's like, no, I didn't lose it. I left it on a dresser, in the kingdom before it burned down. And he said something else, and she's like, well, I didn't like that dresser anyways, which I thought was interesting. And then he said something about, did this only happen because we're about to die tonight? And she looks at her, she's like, we're about to die tonight? It was just a really funny scene. My friend Jason Boyce, he runs a group called The Walking Dead Freak Show. And we always have these live discussions in there, and it's just the funniest crap that people post in there about these scenes. It's just, if you ever get a chance, go in there and read the thread. It's hilarious. But anyways, and of course Judith wants to fight. I have this sick feeling, and I really do, that she's going to pull a Carl. Carl stay in the house. I think Judith is going to come out and she's going to want to fight. And she's either going to get kidnapped by the Whisperers, and that's what's going to push Negan over the edge, or something. Because she keeps saying it, I want to fight, I can fight. And Daryl's telling her, no, you need to stay with the kids, you need to stay with RJ, something happens, you need to go with King Ezekiel, even if I'm not there. And there was a part in that like I said, it was very Carl-esque. Because no matter what you told that kid, he never did what he was supposed to, even as a teenager. So I like that the writers are doing that they're leaving that open to where she, because like right now, she was at the end, towards the end of Morningstar, she was trying to reach her mom, and I think it was her mom anyways, or maybe it could have been Maggie, I don't know. But she was trying to reach somebody, so I really think that she's going to pull a Carl, and she's going to, like, get out there and try to fight, and then something, of course, like Carl, something's going to happen. Because every time that kid didn't do what he was supposed to do, something happened, So, kind of like, when he wouldn't stay in the house, and he ends up in the barn, and Shane gives him a gun, and then he couldn't shoot the walker, and the walker ends up killing him. It's like just this on and on thing, But I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. But I don't think something's going to happen to her. She's going to cause the death of somebody, or maybe somebody's going to sacrifice herself to save her. But I have a feeling she's going to end up in the Whisperer camp somehow. Just something that crossed my mind, I've been thinking about that for a while, and it's like, what if? Because at one time, Carl did. Carl ended up in the Whisperer camp, so he was kidnapped and Rick had to go get him. And I'm wondering if that's not something that Michonne's going to have to come back to do. Or if Carol's going to have to do it, or somebody's going to have to go collect the kid, But I really think that Negan, if that happens, Negan's going to step up and do something. He's going to be there and be like, he's not going to let anything happen to Judith. I mean, the guy ran off in a freaking blizzard to save her and the damn dog, so I shouldn't say damn dog. Where the hell is that dog anyways? You know, they show this dog and all of a sudden they don't show him anymore. That's kind of upsetting. Everybody in Hilltop now is ready to fight, of course. They're all, getting it up, getting ready. And Rosita, of course, freaking Rosita, she goes into the room where Eugene talks to the lady. And I thought it was interesting. It wasn't the fact that she heard people talking, but like you literally hear them say, did you ask him about the satellite? So it's like these people are very curious as to what Eugene is up to. So they knew about the satellite, so they know who he is already. Because I don't believe he ever said anything about a satellite, did he? I mean, maybe he did, I don't know. But if they didn't, I can't remember. But if they didn't, how did they know about it? Do you know what I mean? So that conversation was caught, and then she talked to her, and of course the lady got, scared and stopped talking, and then Eugene got all pissed off at Rosita. Rightfully so, because she stuck her nose where she shouldn't have. But Rosita did hear her say that, so I have a feeling that's going to come into a factor somewhere. And of course, later on, Eugene and Rosita make up. It was so cute, they almost kissed, which I think everybody was like all the same, like, no! It's not that I don't ever want to see them like do anything. It's like they're just better like besties, I love their dynamic, because you've got a lot of besties on the show. You got like Daryl and Carol, and you've got Eugene and Rosita. I mean, it's just I like that dynamic, and I cannot remember that guy's name for the life of me. He's one of my favorite characters. It sucks. The little music guy, anyways, I like him, but he has a lot of little besties, and then. Now, this episode, too, something really cool happened. Aiden, you remember him, right? He was, Enid's man. And you didn't see him for a long time, and now you're seeing him again. Well, he was protecting the baby, Adam, which was Mary's nephew. And, like, I noticed a little bit of chemistry between them. See, I always thought it was going to be Aiden and Maggie that kind of got it on when she comes back, but I'm starting to think now that it's going to be Aiden and Gamma. And they're going to end up raising her nephew. Because the dad there, the I can't think of his... Jesus, what is wrong with me tonight? Anyway, he's the blacksmith, the one who taught Henry, the one who took the baby. His wife got killed. He nutted up tonight and was like, you all people get together, blah, 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 right? And to me, it just seems like in The Walking Dead that anybody that starts nutting up like that when they normally don't and starts being the moral, righteous, they usually die. So I have a feeling something's going to happen to him, and Gamma and Aiden are going to end up raising that baby. Just a thought, just a theory. Another thing I see happening or possibly happening is Rosita and Coco, maybe, or something happening to Coco that we don't see, or, maybe I could be wrong, maybe Gabriel's gonna raise the baby, I have no idea, but there was a lot of things like these episodes, which you've all heard in the past, things that I think should happen, but it'll never happen, because, I don't know if they're just that creative, or they're not creative, whatever, but... There's a lot of things that I really wanted to see happen, Like, I don't know why. I wanted to see the whole Carol Negan thing. I thought that would have been just the freaking... even if it was just, like, one time, it would be, like, the most awesome thing ever. I wanted to see Daryl actually hook up with somebody. And I thought Magna was going to be that for him, but then it turns out he was attracted to Connie, but I don't think she's going to be on there much longer. I hope she is, because I like her character. Jerry... in this episode, Morningstar, kind of seemed like he was a little in danger. And I didn't like that. Because I like Jerry. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if Jerry dies, I will riot. I'm not even joking. Corona or not, you will see my ass on your steps. Because Jerry cannot die. So, I'm just putting that there on the table. And I think a lot of people agree with me on that. Well, at least I think they would. I don't know. Yeah, they would. I know everybody in every group I've ever been to, everybody loves Jerry. So, Magna, I never really got close to, I don't know why. I don't know if it was like an Andrea type thing, because I loved Magna in the comics, but for some reason, this actress is not right for this part. The looks-wise she is, but the personality just doesn't fit. And I was the same way with Andrea I was pissed off about Andrea because they totally ruined her. And I know that actress could have played her the right way. They wrote her the wrong way. Do you know what I mean? Andrea was not like that. And I think that they could have really... But I don't know, she kind of always looked like she smelled a fart all the time, too. So, I don't know, maybe it was the actress. I don't know. She's a really good actress. I mean, and she's really pretty and everything. It just, I don't know. It just, that was not right what they did with Andrea. And Magna, too. It's the same thing. I'm just not feeling it. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel it. I don't feel her character. Maybe they just haven't shown her enough, or maybe they've kind of just shown her trying to be too much of a hard ass. I don't know. Magna was tough, don't get me wrong, in the comics, but it was like she wasn't like that. So, and it has nothing to do with any, I like her girlfriend, though. So, how does that match up? I love her girlfriend. I love the part she plays, and I can see her kind of being a leader and almost butting heads with Maggie when she comes back. I can totally see that. I can see her butting heads with Maggie. So I do like her, though. I think she's going to be a phenomenal character in this series, or I hope she is. I hope they keep her around. I love her. And she is perfect. I mean, just perfect. Everything. I don't know. I don't know why Magna bugs me. There's something about her I just don't like. I think it's just the whole trying to be too tough thing, or trying to be too, I don't know what. But I did not like her character. What about you guys? Is there any characters in The Walking Dead right now that you just can't stand? I mean, is there anybody that you're just... I mean, of course, everybody's, like, upset with Carol right now. It's what happened with Connie. Everybody's like, Carol, what the hell? But I still love Carol. I love her character. I love the dynamic between her and Daryl. I will never get over it. It is, like, to me, one of the best relationships in the entire show. Because it just works out so well. You know what I mean? It just works out phenomenally. I say that word a lot, don't I? Anyways, so, what do you guys think about all this? And what now? I'm still running, by the way, rewind way back. I still think that Gracie is Negan's daughter. I do. I don't think Negan knows who she is. I don't think he knows she was plucked from that place, because that's the baby he asked about. Do you remember that when he was talking with Carl, and Carl's like, oh, my sister's here, and Negan says, well, what about the baby? There was a baby in one of the satellite. What happened to that baby? And at that point, of course, Carl wasn't going to say anything, but I seriously think that Gracie is Negan's daughter. And I think that's why they keep having this dynamic between Negan and Aaron. Because I think eventually it's going to come out that she is his daughter. Because remember when, again, rewind way back to the sanctuary when he was talking with, and that blonde girl was kind of crazy. Do you remember her, that real crazy one, and they said something about her having a baby or something? So I think that Gracie was hers and Negan's. And I think that guy that was there was a bodyguard or something, So, I think that's eventually going to come out. I think that is eventually going to come out, that Gracie is Negan's daughter, so... But I love how Aaron is with her. It's such a good scene, so... I'm curious to find out what's going to happen when Gracie finds out that Negan's actually her dad, or if she ever finds out. You know what I mean? And I'm so excited for when Maggie comes back. I can't wait. And she comes back with little Herschel, which I keep hearing that little Herschel is just going to be, kind of like he grew up in the comics. He's going to be like a little wheeler and dealer. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'm excited more for him than her. Not that I never liked Maggie. There was something. I don't know. On the farm, I liked her and everything, but when she started getting into the I'm the ruler and God and y'all are going to listen to me thing, I didn't like her then. She kind of bugged me a lot. A lot. So, and there's also rumors going around about her coming back with a dude, which was supposed to be Dante, which, I'm sorry, that storyline was just rushed and hurried and jumbled, and it was just BS. But I've heard that she's going to come back with a boyfriend or something, and I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be completely 100% cool that she's going to come back with somebody. We'll see how he is, though. We'll see if he's like an evil bastard or if he's actually going to do something good. Or if he's going to be one of those quiet ones that just kind of stands beside her, you know. But I do think she's going to come back with somebody. So, I'm trying to think. Oh, at the end there, was that not cool? That freaking tree sap that, oh my god, that was brilliant. And I'm sure there is flammable, you know, because I know like when they do maple syrup and stuff like that, they have, you know, a deal where like it can catch fire and explode. So, I mean, sure, it absolutely can happen. I don't know what kind of trees, you know, that certain flammable stuff comes out of or whatever. I know nothing about that. But I just thought it was cool they did. I liked how they did it first. It was kind of like in the old medieval times, man. That was like some just like super just ninja stuff, you know. put the hot oil on people and then set them ablaze. Well, that's kind of what they did. You know what I mean? they put these like water balloons basically of this oil and it got everywhere. And then these sick bastards like lit the place up, and I don't know who it was that was burned alive, because I can tell you who I did not see, and I could be wrong, but I did not see after that person got burned alive was that blacksmith guy, Adam's adopted dad. Which takes me back to I think Aiden again was going to raise the kid. Because, you know, Aiden really, really loved the kid. You could see that he was hugging him, and, you know. So, I'm wondering if it wasn't him, because after that scene, I did not see him. Not even once. And I was looking. So, I mean, maybe in the chaos he was there somewhere and I just missed him, but after that dude was burned alive, you don't see him anymore. So if you all saw him, you tell me when, you tell me what frame, I want to know. Because that disturbed me quite a bit, you know. Then there's Negan out there. Well, I thought you were going to make them party or whatever. She's like, they are going to be my horde. And, you know, of course, what's he going to say? He's like, you are a badass. But he knows these people. Negan knows. Because Negan tried everything in his power to take out these people. Do you know what I mean? And he knows they don't die easily. And a lot of people think that Negan blocked the road to help Alpha. See, and I don't think he did that. I think there was some kind of warning there. I think he blocked the road and put that walker there in the tree as like he was warning them like what was about to come. Even though they knew, but I think that Negan was kind of letting them know like, hey, I'm still here and I'm still gonna help you. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but I know in the comics, Negan was kind of like, he was, how do I put this? He was like a Deadpool type hero, you know? He was helping them, but he was a complete asshole too. So, you know, and I think that's how he's going to be here. I think he's going to help, but he's kind of being an asshole about it. You know, kind of like make him suffer a little bit, because let's face it, he could have taken out Alpha at any time. Beta was gone. He had her alone. He could have poked her in the head with that damn stick he was beating her with or something. I don't know, or strangled her with it, whatever. But, yeah, I really think that he had the opportunity, so I think he's kind of dragging it out a little bit just to be a jerk. Or maybe he's being a jerk and he is going to get snapped out of it when he sees Judith or Lydia or somebody that's going to be, you know, close to her, you know, close to him that she's trying to kill or trying to do something to. So I really think that's what's going to do it. But there's still in the back of my mind things that him and Carol are in cahoots here. I think that, and you know, a possibility though that I never thought of, and I probably should have, was I can't remember though. Was Judith in Alexandria when Negan escaped? I can't remember. I think they were in Oceanside, but I'm not sure at the time or something like that. But if she was, I always wondered, like, maybe if Judith didn't get back. But I think Judith was with Eugene in Hillside at that time or something. There was something, but, you know. But for me, my number one suspect still is Carol. I think she, like, I think Carol totally, set that up. I think that was her mastermind, and I don't think even Daryl knows about it. So, that's just my opinion. Okay, so what part in that did you guys see and Morningstar was, like, your favorite scene? I mean, there were so many. You know what I mean? I loved it when Jerry was sitting on the stairs with his kids. That was just like, oh my God. His kids are so cute, too, you know? His kids are completely adorable. Hold on just a second. I'm trying to tell somebody. this, never mind. Y'all need to know about that. But anyway, so, somebody I had to answer, that's all I'll say. The part with Jerry and his kids, it's so adorable, and, and when he says goodbye to Adam, and he hands him to Aiden, and, and Aiden hugging that little boy, that was the sweetest thing. I've always liked Aiden. Way back even when he was a savior, I liked him, because he was like the voice of reason, like, okay, now wait a minute, let's talk about this, kind of thing. And he always seemed to get things calmed down, I guess you could say. So I do like him, and I kind of do hope him and Gamma get that. That would just be like the coolest thing ever, for him and Gamma to get together and raise her nephew. Now the big question here is, who's going to take in Judith and RJ when Michonne goes off the show, Because I don't know how they're going to do it, if they're going to kill her, or if she's going to run away, or go find Rick, whatever. Somebody's going to stay with these kids. So it's like, who is it going to be? Who's going to be appointed the guardian? Part of me thinks it's going to be Maggie, possibly. And then another part of me is like, no, I don't think so. So I'm thinking that maybe Aiden and Gamma might take these kids since they're already in Hillside. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're already there. And then, of course, there's Eugene. Oh, my God, Eugene, God bless you. Telling this chick he's going to meet her and all this stuff. And he goes out, he's all in his gear. And, Rosita's telling him, he's all, we got to get this done. I got a date. I love Eugene. He's another one. You can't kill him. I love him. You just can't do it. So, I don't know. Somebody asked me the other day, they're like, you always say who can't be killed. Well, who can be killed? And it wouldn't, it's not that it wouldn't bother me. I love all the characters on The Walking Dead, because they just kind of, they all, but let's face it, there's red shirts on the show. The ones I call the red shirts, Star Trek thing, everybody that wore a red shirt died. There's a lot of red shirts on that show that really don't have storylines. Like I said, like the little blacksmith, the guy, that has Adam. I cannot remember that guy's name. That is so bad. Anyways, and I knew it. I knew it before the show. Anyways, his character, it could die. I wouldn't be happy about it, but he could die. He's kind of a red shirt. The music guy, as much as I love him, and I love his character. I love Aerith, but, there's really no story there. Like, you don't get to see his behind the scenes anything. Do you know what I mean? You cannot kill Connie or her sister, because I know it's coming, but I hate it. But I love them both. I do. I love them completely. I don't think they can die. Magna, I've stated before, I wouldn't mind. And it's not that I hate the character, I loved her in the comics. I don't, there's something about it. I don't know, they wrote it wrong, or they're trying to play her wrong. I just don't know. There's something about it that just bothers me to no end. Father Gabriel at this point to me. I mean, even though now he's starting to nut up again and I like it, he's always been kind of a, well, maybe kind of character. So him, Rosita, I like her. I'm one of the few people that actually like Rosita. There's people that like her, but for the most part, you go in the groups, there's all these girls like, Rosita can go. I actually like her character. I'm not fond of how they've written her lately. Kind of irks me, So so at this point, probably, like I said, I wouldn't like it, but they could. The people, to me, they cannot kill off. That would just, another one is Lydia. There's really no use for her at this point in the show. Other than, this turmoil with her mother, they don't really have a storyline for her. It's like they almost don't know what to do with her. So, I kind of hope they either give her a good storyline, a better one, and keep her around, or just, get rid of her, because there's really no use for somebody who's just there, and always in this angst about her mom, it just doesn't make sense. You gotta keep Negan, you gotta keep Daryl, you gotta keep Carol, you gotta keep Jerry. I swear to you, I'm not even joking. I will go out in the corona-infested world and show up to protest Jerry's death, just so you know. You don't want the big girl down there. Don't kill off Jerry. So, yeah, he's a no-go. Please don't. I'm trying to think. There, like I said, there's a lot of red shirts on that show right now that don't really have storylines, so you can probably get rid of them. But, of course, the people that are going to die are people that haven't been mentioned since, like Laura. I actually liked Laura, but they didn't really have her on the show much, since the days of Eugene and the Sanctuary. So, once it got taken over and she got assigned to somewhere, you really didn't see her a whole lot. Then all of a sudden she's there and she's killed. It's either her or Rosita. Well, of course it's not going to be Rosita. Hello? So, I don't know. I wish Denise was here because her and I could bounce this stuff off each other. But yeah, I truly, I don't know. I truly think that Rosita may still be on the show. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, she's on that Selena. That doesn't matter. How many other people have done movies and things? That doesn't mean she's going anywhere. I think Coco's days are numbered. She's a baby, I know. But I don't know. I kind of thought maybe Eugene would end up raising her because, Father Gabriel's about to go. Because he's going to go. And if Rosita goes, that leaves Eugene. And I think Eugene would take care of this baby. Because it was Rosita's baby. But I'm kind of thinking she may not go anywhere. I just don't know. I just don't know. Because if they take Michonne off the show, they got to kind of do a balance. Because every season they only take like one or two major characters. They don't do like 4 or 5, 6. That's just not their style. But you never know. They might. You never know what those crazy weirdos are thinking. So, oh, speaking of crazy weirdos, oh my god, I am so happy to see The Talking Dead back right after The Walking Dead. I swear people are listening to us. We were just talking about this 2 weeks ago, and I was serious. I don't care what show they put after The Walking Dead. Other than The Talking Dead, I'm not watching it. I was so angry for all this time they have done this. Because you know how many episodes I missed of The Talking Dead because of the fact it was on so late or whatever. And I refused to watch whatever show. I don't care what show it was. I wasn't watching it. I refused to watch it just because. Because that was like always the dynamic. Walking Dead, Talking Dead. You watch The Walking Dead, you get all pissed off, you cry, whatever, and then you have therapy in The Talking Dead. That's how it works. You don't watch The Walking Dead, watch some random show that you don't even give a crap about, which nobody ever watched, by the way, and then stay up for The Talking Dead. Made no sense. Like 0 sense, so, yeah. I'm very happy to see it back where it belongs. AMC, if you're listening, keep it there. Thank you. Um, yeah, so, and then, like, this next week, they're saying, like, it's gonna be a certain person and, like, two mystery guests. You know these mystery guests they're gonna die. Some one of them's dead already. There's something that happened, so, yeah, so somebody died. Um, yeah. And then they were showing, like, previews where they were showing them in the car with the babies crying and the walkers around. I was like, oh my God. So this next episode that's Walk With Us, I'm gonna die, I'm telling you. I I am going to freak out because Walk With Us could mean anything. You know, it could be like a flashback of the Whisperers recruiting somebody. It could be Alpha inviting somebody to join them. It could be her killing somebody and making them part of the Horde. I don't know. That's just what I'm getting out of it. So it's definitely going to be interesting. And of course, you hear rumors. You hear rumors of what's about to happen. I've heard rumors, that Beta's going to get his head cut off this next episode. I don't know. I heard it's going to be Lydia. I've heard Negan's going to take Alpha. I heard Negan's going to out Gamma. And Gamma's going to suffer. So, and there was a preview of her being all bloody. So, who knows? So, I know, this is so weird without Denise here. Because her and I just, like, back and forth. Like, we're talking, like, like we're Walking Dead experts. And it's like, she's not here. Also, pretty soon, that the World Before is going to be on, and I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait. So, anyways, I'm going to kind of cut this off now short tonight because I've got some things going on here with the corona. Like, please, everybody, wash your hands. I know y'all are lazy and want your little hand sanitizer, which works, but washing your hands works way better. Okay? Way better. So please, wash your hands. Stay safe. Don't go licking anybody that has the coronavirus. Just please, please. Also, I have to say this. No more panic buying. Oh my God, you guys, knock it off. Knock it off. It's crazy. I don't know who's doing it. I don't know if people are just panicking buying it or if there's opportunists out there buying up stuff in bulk so they can sell it to people later. And I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. If you are buying things to sell them later, I hope a bunch of fire ants go up your ass the second you try to resell anything to people in need for a higher price than what the store's offered. So yeah, so there it is. I'm cursing you. I'm cursing you with fire ants in your ass if you do this. Just so you know. So, one of my friends just messaged me. She's all, right before I said this, she goes, please don't say the fire ants thing. And I did. I'm cursing you with fire ants. So, don't do it. Don't take advantage of people. You're a terrible, horrible, awful person if you do. Just so you know. And you deserve fire ants up your ass. I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyways, y'all have a good night. Stay safe, please. Stop watching the hype on the news. It's a virus. Wash your hands. Keep stuff at home. I know it's scary. I know you all know what's coming. There's a quarantine. I mean, it's inevitable. I'm not saying like the entire country's going to stay in their house with plastic around it, but they're going to basically suggest that you stay in your house. They're going to, their school's already planning on closing to keep them clean and keep the students safe. So y'all, just please use your heads out there. Okay? All right, I'm going to go now and stop being annoying. So y'all have a good night. And hopefully next week Denise will be back and we'll have a longer show because it goes a lot longer when you got stuff to bounce off, with somebody else. I should have had a guest tonight, but I really didn't have a lot of time to like pull one together. So anyways, y'all have a wonderful night and we will see you in 2 weeks with Walking Dead Planet. We'll have 2 episodes again to talk about and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be so awesome. So, anyways, y'all, take care. Have a good one. Bye.